Dude, I tell you what, man. Nothing like seeing your production facility fully up and running. We got one job there that's almost done, and that one is for the helium. What I have planned for the day is to hopefully get the helium set up and get it up and running, possibly pipe back to base here as well. And then I kind of want to work on the food stuff, if possible. We got some side work to do as well with the furnaces and try to get stuff set up for the multi-resource crafting, right? With the copper as well as the titanium. Now we talked about over here possibly removing one of these and putting a furnace there because, I mean, it's already piped in properly for two different resources, right? But I think we'll do, I went ahead and added in all this for the flooring. We might do that same setup over here with two of the furnaces. I'm not exactly sure how hard it's going to be to pipe it in because we got all these lines in the way. We might have to drag that over here to the side and then run it up in over here. Possibly, maybe. We'll see, man. We'll see. That's going to be mainly for things like the glass as well as the ceramics. And eventually what I want to do is have it set up to where all the furnaces have a dedicated storage like this, right? So that way we got all the pre-built items on hand whenever we need them. We'll see, man. We'll see. We need a lot more space for that. Now for the rails and stuff, we do got the V2 ones right here. And I'm not exactly sure how it works with replacing these. Either one, it'll be a automatic direct replacement. Or two, what I'm really hoping is not the case, I'll have to pick up each one of these and manually have to rerun them. Let's just kind of test it out now. I was waiting until that was all done. I don't want to do it on a line that's running. So back here. Oh, you can replace it. Oh, that is super simple. I was kind of hoping that's the way that it was. Oh, it's different too. So you got a 1 arrow on the tier 1 and a 2 arrow on the tier 2. That's kind of neat, man. Now, how does it work with the connectors, though? Right? There is no connector to upgrade to a version 2. It's double the speed, too, if you didn't know. 240 per minute versus 120. So definitely a huge improvement. Triple the cost, but definitely worth it for the extra throughput. So, either one, that'll kind of just keep going full speed if you got them both on here, right, like this. Or two, which it shouldn't do, it would slow down at the connector, then speed back up. I'm not too sure. I have to kind of wait and see how that works out. That worries me that there's not a different connector for the different speeds. So I'll do all this here in a minute, off camera, change everything over. I want to wait until this project is done, which is almost done, and that'll be for the helium. Now, it's kind of doing some research, right? A little bit of messing around, doing some scouting in between videos, and getting all the bodies and drones picked up.
Congratulations.
There we go.
Selenium received its order. Your reward, as always, is waiting in the corporate terminal.
So that'll be for the helium. But in the last video, we found quite a few blueprints. Fantastic day for exploring. We also found up here, there's a scanner. Right here is 2 other nodes. I think 2 nodes, either 2 or 3 for the helium. There's also down here 2 or 3. And I found in between videos, I was getting some of the drones up here. We got 2 more over here. Now, it's not just helium. We've also got the copper as well as titanium. So 3 of the 4 resources are right here. The calcium's still over here. Just for reference, this area is straight down there. So that's the only calcium node that's super close to base right now. But I'm thinking, all this is flat area. I mean, flat-ish. We might end up moving our whole operation down here. Not today, but in a very close upcoming video, we might do that. Possibly. It's more space than what we have now. The problem is, this is all cliff face, and so is this. So all the building can only be done in here. And I'm not too sure. I think it's too much room to expand. See, up here, right, with this base core, it kind of goes to about right here. And there's plenty of room all down here on the grass to expand some. So I'm not too sure yet. Not too sure at all. The calcium would have to pipe in from over here, unless we find some close by up in here. Again, haven't been there yet. But that is very close. I think for the helium today, we'll set it up here, and then running back to base. It might be a little bit easier than running it over the mountain. There's a mountain right here. And running it over the mountain. Now, we do got another item unlocked. We can't build it yet. And I unlocked it in between videos. And that's going to be this guy. Cargo dispatcher and receiver. Now for this, we can't build it today because it requires the intermediate blocks. And for that, we still have to unlock it. We need the inductors And we need glass. We've got the titanium housing that we can already make now. I think the glass is made in a furnace. Furnace or fabricator? Right here. So there's a glass. It's going to be some of the helium as well as the calcium powder. So that will be unlocked today, so we can make that. We've already got the stuff for the ceramics unlocked, so we can make that plus the tubes. So that's the inductors. So we should have the intermediate stuff unlocked today. Now with the cargo dispatcher and receiver, I think that uses drones instead of rails for long distance, right? So if that's the case, it doesn't matter where we have the helium set up at, we can still have it piped in over here and have it run into storage. So again, I'm not sure if we want to move the whole base down there or just keep it up here. I kind of like the green grass down there. It's all dirt. So we'll see, man. There are options, though. That's all done. Let's grab our stuff out of here real quick. And we'll see what we need for the helium. Try to get it up and running today and get it producing.
Gotcha.
I would still like to run it like we did the calcium, where it comes down to right here. What we might do is pipe it in on its own rail, run it next to these, and just set up storage right here for it. Then it should be not too hard to pipe it into this. What we'll do is put a splitter right here, have that run to the splitter, have the helium run to the splitter, and it still all goes to this line, which goes to either one, this, or two, down to the production lines. And then the furnaces over here. The two there. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It's a lot to get done, and a little bit of time to do it in. So, what do we need for the actual helium? Claim that. Next thing on the list for this is going to be the large habitat. That looks to be maybe double the size of the one we have now. Thing is massive, dude. What do we need for building it? Glass and silicone. Okay. And there's the mega press. Oh, it's a lot more stuff, dude. Nozzles, turbines. There's the electromagnetic coil, impeller, battery, valve, and a pump. Start to get complicated with all this stuff. And okay, there's the last one, is the assembler. I mean, currently, the last one. That's got a whole new set of 8 different items. I like it, dude. I like it. So maximum stamina by 80. Very nice. Maximum health by 40. I really want to get this one up and going. Now, the stabilizers we do have unlocked. But what I want to spend our points on, we got 63,000. I want to spend it on the food item. Food station. 37,000. Let's do it now.
Order fulfilled. A reward from Future Health Solutions is waiting in the corporate terminal.
So the next one's going to be inventory upgrades. We need glass for that. Hopefully today, we can get this up and running to start processing in between videos. That'd be so nice to have, man. So nice. However, let's start off with this. So we've got this. I want to have a storage probably right there so it's out of the way. Just as a dump bin. And I can sort out my inventory later on. You can double click to move them, but dude, it takes forever to double click. We'll take these, throw them into the analyzer, get some more points. So I tried the new weapon, this thing. I don't really like it. Tried it off camera quite a bit. The spread is very, very large on it. And it takes more shots with this than it does with a shotgun for some of the creatures. So I'm not sure. Not sure, maybe we upgrade it later on for the machine gun. It might be better, but for right now, the shotgun is 100% the way to go for DPS. At least for me.
Science. This data will be useful.
Alright, so that's done. Can we do the food station now while we're inside here? Okay, it's tiny. Oh, thank goodness, man. Let's put it
No more eating
right there.
raw food. You can now process and combine various nutritional materials.
Oh, a food station. Takes me back to my college days.
Oh no, this is not a simple food station. This one is specially tailored to the conditions on Arcadia 7. All the recipes it contains are designed with the local environment in mind.
That means I'll be able to try the local flora. Amazing.
Exactly. Bon appetit.
So much talking, dude. So much talking. Alright, so we have this unlocked. Got this unlocked. So that's 40 calories. That's going to be 90. This one right now is the easiest to make. Wait, not this one. Where's the other one at? of the calorie bar. That'll be the easiest one. Because the serpent roots are literally all over the place. Same with the fruit. It's 90 calories. What do we need to unlock that? I thought I had that one unlocked already. Foods. Oh, we just need 30 of the... Let's grab them. Raw foods. Grab these. We'll grab some of these for crafting. Give you some money. There we go. So there's that. How do we start? Just click it. Max is 25. Let's do it. Is it instant? Oh, it is. But that's not too bad, man. So that's 90 on the calories. And then for the liquids, it's 100 on the hydration. Now, the Prisma herb is not too hard to find. It's over kind of across the map where we found those other creatures over here. And this pond right here is where you find them. Very small area right there. Only place I've seen them so far. Plus right here is some of the ones you find. How do you pronounce it? We got them over here. That's where you find these things. But only right after the rupture happens and the water's gone. That's the only time you can find them. That one's not too hard either. That's the Hydra Bulb and then the Grubbler. Those are the guys you find on the trees. Got this one as well. That's 55. That's only some of the Hydra Bulbs. So 75, 55. And all this other stuff too. We'll slowly unlock all these. But the main thing I wanted was the food and the water. Let's do... It's 100 on the hydration. Let's see what we have. We got 32 of these. And then the Hydra Bulbs, we got plenty of those, man. They are all over the place. The grubs aren't too bad either. It's easier to find these, though, I think. Plus, that's 100 on the water, so you don't need to use them too often. This one. Max. It's done. Food and water is no longer an issue. At least for right now. Those in there. Put that up there. And there we go. I don't need this much shotgun ammo on me, but it's fine, man. It's fine. Alright, cool. So food is done and out of the way. Super simple to craft stuff. One thing that sucks is it takes up your inventory slots, right? So, out here. Can we make the extract? We can. 250 on those. We got enough. Let's get some more going. Just to take one more stack. I'm not sure when the rupture is going to happen again. I want to build one of the bases if we need to. And we'll head over, get that set up, get it piped in, and try to get it over here before something bad happens. I tell you what, let me do that. I'll get those made. I will replace all these while nothing's running. And then I'll see you over there where the helium is. We'll try to get two set up over here. Pipe it down to here, just in case we end up moving. And then pipe it all the way over here to our current base. Actually, over here. It's a long run, man. It's a very, very long stretch, but it'll be worth it. Alright, so right up here is where we're going to for the helium. Yep, a lot of green guys. A lot of dudes around. Not sure how long till the rupture happens, so we'll set up a base core over here just for protection. We need to have the long-range barrel on the shotgun. Since we get enough war bonds to unlock it. That might kind of work out a little bit better. There we go. So yeah, the grubs, if you didn't know, that's them right here. You can use for foods. Super easy to find. Even right after the rupture, they're still there. So yeah, here's all the titanium. Now for these, I'm not sure how it's implemented yet in the game. Again, don't forget it's early access at the time of recording. But you got different qualities, and it only shows up, I think, currently on the titanium. So that one, kind of see how it's broken up? That's one of the impure ones. This one is probably normal. That's going to be impure. That'll be normal, and that'll be a pure one. So what it does is I think it produces more with the extractor, depending on the quality of the resource node. Now, I looked at the ones over on the copper, and they look all the same right now. So I'm not sure if that's totally implemented for the looks on the other ones. Or for the production. Here's a ton of the roots here. That's one reason why I don't want to build over here. Is because wherever your base core is at and stuff, things like that won't respawn immediately in the area. So right now, it's a very close food source. At the same time, you got the helium up there, titanium, and then all the copper. Like I said, man, ton of space over here for building. So we'll see, man. We'll see how much we need to expand later on with our production facility. Yep, reloading. Give me seconds. There we go.
Finally. That's a snack.
Alright, so, yeah, see, they're all over here, man. The roots. So let's get up on top of here. I think there's a way, maybe right here? I know there's a ramp on the other side over there to get up to the helium. What we'll probably end up doing is setting up the drone lines for right now, and then possibly do the drone platforms for the cargo. Once we get that fully unlocked with the proper parts to build it, right? The intermediate ones. Yeah, there's two up here. Is it two or three? Is that one? That's a meteor. Okay, so we got two of them up here.
Acquired.
Alright, so we need a base core. Let's do the base core. We got one there. We got one over there. Maybe just right here in the middle. That sucks about the roots, though, right?
Come here.
They won't respawn in this area. I mean, it's fine, man. It's fine. Not a big deal. So, base core, right here. We want the range. Oh, we're inside the range of the other one. Up there. So, really, we set up this one. I can get rid of that one. That one I got caught in a storm trying to get over to that one, so I just built one. Let's remove this one because I want to have it back far enough to where we're not wasting space. See the line way up there on the mountain? Maybe we'll set it up like right there. Get rid of this one first. There's a drone. Totally missed that one. There we go, man. I like on the map, for the bodies and the drones, once you collect it, it disappears off the map. That is fantastic, dude. That way you're not doubling back trying to find them all the time, right? Let's see if we move the base over here. One, we have the roots close by for harvesting. Two, we have the grubs. And then three, that little lake right there in front of us is where we get the prism herbs from for building as well. Or for crafting as well. Wrong button. Let's do this one. I like how easy it is to pick up the base cores and just move where you can build at. It's kind of nice, man. Nice feature that they're not locked in once you place it down. And you can overlap too, long as a base core is not inside the range of another base core. But the building radius can be overlapping, which is also a nice thing as well. Alright, so let's do it. I want to have, there's three of the titanium nodes there. Place it down proper the first time. So like right here, there should be a couple of the copper nodes as well. Nope. Too far. Okay, that should work there. All three of those are inside. Those are in. Maybe one or two of those are in. If anything, we could put another base core down there. The problem with that is, if you overlap the base cores, right? Say this one and we set another one up over there, and they're overlapping right here. If you have an extractor set up right here, it's going to be on that base core and that one, contributing to the cooling capacity, right? So if you got too much stuff overlapping, you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage. So let's do just a standard base for the moment. We'll just put it right here. Door for easy access getting into it. Put some stairs down for safety. We'll do a regen chamber. Now I need to do some science as well. If you know this, let me know. With the Regen chamber. Do I have to select it each time? Which one I want to respawn at? Or is it whichever one is closest whenever I die? If you know, let me know. If anything I can do testing off camera, I'll select the one at base. Like this. Where it says that we've claimed it. And then I'll die over here to see where we respawn. We are also going to want this. We also want a couple of these. And you got to have a viewport. See what's around, man. There we go, man. Nice little respawn place. Alright, so, back to building. So let's go up over here. Same place we did. And I think what we'll do is we'll pipe the helium from there. Do we want to set up the storage down here for it? Might be easier than running up here every single time I want to grab some out of the thing. Well, I mean, we'll do it up top. And we'll have some back at base too, so it doesn't really matter. How did we get up here a minute ago? Not this way. Over here. What we need is a big jetpack. Just saying, dude. Just saying. What is that? That is a rock. Okay. Helium. So output going this way. And output going that way. Thing looks fantastic, man. I like it, dude. I like it a lot. Alright, so. Basic stuff, right? No power. Okay, we'll have some here shortly. Now, here's the thing, too, right? If we do the cargo depots, these things, that means that it won't be connected to the base through rail. Then we got to do our own power production over here. I didn't think about that. Might be an issue. So let's do this. Let's do storage. I like the big ones. We'll do one. This in the middle. Kind of overlap weird. We'll do one here. Remove this one. Make it higher. Two there. We'll do big rails, or the fast rails. Those are kind of set. How much power do we need for these? We could just do one of the wind turbines over here, right? Make it easier for the moment. Let's keep it the same, okay? Put another one over here. Colliding with another building. Is that going to be... What is it colliding with? Is it the drone rail? It's fine. We'll just do the one for right now. That's powering the whole thing. So that should be running, right? Absolutely. That's almost 100 already. What? Oh, I didn't set these up yet. That pumps them out super fast, dude. Wrong button. Every single time. Dude, that is nuts, man. So that's quite a bit per pull then. That it does. Let's do this. See a bit over here.
Just what I need.
So 8 per pull. Okay. That adds up very fast. So, helium. And that's done there. So kind of set up. So let's do some rails. We'll run from here. Should we pipe in a 3 rail? We could. Let's do this. So we need one of these. We'll have this go to this side. This one to here. And then we'll pipe in the 3 rail setup. That'll be a larger throughput. I'm not sure how much we're going to need, right, for this. If it's pulling that much, we might need a lot of the throughput for helium itself. I know some of the items that we need require like 2,000 or 3,000 just to unlock stuff. So if it requires a lot for crafting,
increased Rupture activity. Prepare for a wave.
it would make sense to run all 3 of these back to base. Here's the part that I hate, is doing the multi-rails. Let's do one here. And I'll run it all off of this. Oh, this is going to take forever to run it back to base, man. Again, I'm not sure why. When you're setting up your rails, right, and we're running it off of this, it'll go down to a single one, but you don't have a way to select it to change to the 3. Swap foundation, place, rotate, height, or cancel. I want one of the 3-way ones. Let's try something easy. Let's run this down here. We'll set it up as that. I'm wondering if we can change it afterwards. You can't. So what you have to do is go all the way to the edge, remove this, and then build this in its place. You know what I mean? It's super weird, dude. Super weird. Alright, let's do this. We'll place down the single one for now. I'm going to hide. I'm going to try to run this all the way back to base. And I'll see when the planet is totally done regenerating. And we need to set up some furnaces over there for getting our glass production going. As well as the other multi-resource things, right? Looks fantastic, dude. As long as you're inside when it happens. Is that blocked? Oh, we can see. It's kind of cool, dude. I mean, it's hot, but it's cool. Alright. I'll see you back in a few minutes. Dude, the drone is fantastic for running rails. Only thing that makes it kind of difficult, like I said, is when you go to string them out, it only puts down the single one. It doesn't give you the option to change to the tri-rail. So you have to set it out, run down here, see where it's at, delete it, put the other one, and then kind of continue on with your building. But other than that, it's not too bad, man. So the range for the drone, it's kind of short. But when you set these out, since we already had spacing from those, I ran all these. You can put your guy right here, and then still reach all the way down to that one and this one. So it's not too bad, man. Gotta watch out for the non-build zones like that around the monoliths. So that's a little bit weird, but dude, this track is super, super long, man. Alright, last part here. All we got left now is to figure out what to do about storage. One, we could just set up one of the storage units. Don't forget, before too long, we're getting the ones that are larger and have 16 slots. Or we could go ahead and do all 3 of them, because they will be running on the tri-rail over here. Actually, we need to delete that one there and run it down. Let's go ahead and just set up 3 of them for right now. For some reason, I think we're going to have to use a lot of these for the different things, right? A lot of the helium? Maybe, potentially. Alright, so let's sort these out first. Right? So that's done there. Let's remove that set altogether. Do this one here at a lower angle. Can you not move? Can't move. It's locked in. Let's just do it like that. Doesn't matter which one goes to which, but I want to keep all the rails where they are. That way, if later on we decide that we need more of the titanium, right? We don't have to run another line. We can change how the helium is down there, add in one more extractor for titanium, and then pipe it in on one of these lines. So I've been trying, and hopefully they're all set properly. Toward the outside's the outside, inside's the inside, and then the far side's the far side on all of them. Yep, see, messed up here already. It's happened a couple times, and I had to fix it. Stressful, man. It's a little stressful. Alright, so this should be sending the helium down here now. And what we're going to do, it's a very long run. We're going to run all the way down just to make sure they're all running properly. We could wait till they're down here, but then if you have a problem, it's a long run. So you can see the kind of track. Only thing I don't like, and I get it because we're set up on a grid system, right? Like this, is when you go at an angle, diagonal, you have to kind of zigzag to get through it. It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Mainly up here, where it comes off of that cliff, we zigzag to get over here in between the extractor and the base core. So I kind of thought we'd be seeing the drones with the product already. Kind of worries me that we're not. We're almost all the way there. Now, it moves a lot faster than we run. So what if we got to break somewhere in the line? And also, do we got to worry about the creatures attacking our drone rails? I know they attack the buildings, but up in here is a very large spawn of creatures, usually around these trees. And I'm not sure if they're going to damage our drone rails. Okay, I can kind of see them on the rail going down there. Ooh, I wonder which broke. Oh, they're right there. Okay, they popped in. Oh, fantastic, man. Maybe it just took a minute for them to show up on the actual rails. Oh, yeah, they're way down there. Okay. They're all the way down to the calcium. So we got stuff on this rail, and that rail. Okay, so that's all proper. Maybe because I was out of render range, they weren't showing up until I got closer, right? We could run on the rails! I didn't know that! What we need is a transport for us. It either goes on the top side or the bottom side of the rails. Oh, that would be fantastic, man. Well, that makes it super simple getting around. I need to build some stairs going up to the rail. I was gonna say, are we using energy? We are. Can we ride? You can't. Let's hope we can ride on top of these guys. That'd be kind of neat, man. Make it super simple for finding out where you have a break in the line, too, right? So it looks like the rails are set up properly. Why are we missing one? Oh, we're getting pushed. Let's just be how it kind of started. We got drones on this one first, that one second, that one third. Okay. Just the way that it actually came off of the line. Oh, that's right. We have two going into three. Is the other thing too, right? This is kind of neat, running on the rails. Alright, so that's proper, obviously. And that'll start filling all these. So what we need to do is connect these to the main line here, and then empty these as they get full. We need a ton of these for unlocking stuff. So, next order of business. Let's take this. And I think what we'll do is kind of add it into... So we got all three of those. Go down to one. Remove this one. Let's do the same height as that. Have this go into here. This go into here. We'll have a three-way go into the one-way. Let's do... that. You know what we could do as well? So we don't really need all three of these piped in. I mainly want them for storage down here. We could run these into these and these into these, and then it'll always just pull from this one, and these will keep that one full. Instead of having it run off of all three. Let's do that for the moment. We'll leave this here just in case. Again, for some reason, I think that we're going to need a lot of the helium for stuff. We might not. This might just be overkill, and if so, I'll get rid of these two storages for that. But I think that should work. Now, that'll pipe these into the main network again. Going over to here, if it needs a raw resource. And then into over here, where it'll split for these, plus the furnaces that we're going to build right now. So, furnace setup. Let's take this. That's still a tier 1. Forgot to change it. What we'll do... is run it to here. And run it to there. These are going to change here in a minute whenever we get stuff set up. Does it show colors? Because that means it'll slow down right here. Right? That's yellow, that's green, and that's blue. And it slows down right here where it bends as well. Is that what that means? That's kind of neat if so. Kind of see where your choke points are, you know? Alright, so. Next thing we'll be taking this one. And doing the exact same thing. Run it to here. And that should be room for 2 of the furnace. Now the question is, do we want 2 of the furnace? Or do we just want 1 for the moment? Let's just do 1. Well, the same thing to set up 2, though. What I mean by that is how we have right here with the splitter running into 2. It's kind of the same thing to do right here for this. So for the output, let's start on this side. That runs directly over there. So we take the drone lines. Let's start with a... three-way splitter. Looks a little bit cleaner than the other one. It's colliding. What is it colliding with? What is it colliding with? Maybe we have to do this one. Is it because it's too short to be right there? Do we need to go back some more? We might have a problem here. So the main issue currently is this. Let's pick these up and move them forward. I know that doesn't seem to make sense because we're out of space on the forward side. But we need to have it the same on the back. So we don't run into the same problem. Need space, okay. So let's do this. Put these back. This is the problem right here. If we move that down, that runs to there. This is just output for these. Which what we can do is run it this way instead. And that means... putting in this. If you're confused, don't worry. I am too, okay? We're in this together. So what we're doing is bypassing the need for this to go around, to go to the output if something requires for the raw resource. So removing this will give us more room on the back side for building. Plus it'll get this whole thing out of the way. And that's not needed. Now what it'll do is this will be called either 1 to go this way, go straight down, and that'll lead to the cargo launch pad, or it'll get called over here, take a detour, and come in here to go to those. I'm also going to split one off here. That'll go to these as well. So let's do that first. Do these things one at a time. So we'll need one more of these. So instead, this goes to... just do it right here, really. Oh, no, let's do it like we had it on the back side. This to here. This one to there. This will run down to a splitter for right here, and that'll be for those two. Let's do outside. Just to leave room for other resources. Don't forget, for these, we're going to probably need all 3 of these inputs eventually. Alright, so this and all these all funneled right here, what it's called. Go straight down, or branches off to the fabricators, or branches off to the furnaces. Okay, step 1 complete. Next step is piping in these over here. So, that's one problem we were having with this. And what we'll do is totally remove this line and then pipe it in on the back side here. So come down here, connect those, connect these exact same way we did this. If that makes sense. Again, trying to walk you through it. A lot of people play games the same time I do and try to mimic what I do, so explaining stuff is always a good thing. Why is it always colliding whenever I move that down? Right? Is it because of those? It is. Interesting. Kind of annoying. Wonder why that's a thing. So ultimately, this will go to there. This one to here. This into there. Let's remove this. Actually, should we remove that one? So here's what I'm thinking, right? For these, we need to pipe in the calcium as well. If we don't have this going out this way onto the back side, and just kind of leave it there, that'll still get the titanium over there without causing problems over here. Let's leave it like that. So that'll connect the titanium into here. The copper's into here. We just need to set up one for the calcium, and let's do it this way. Let's build this backwards. Just to make life a little bit easier. So that should not reach. It's colliding. What if we come over to here, though? Getting complicated with the spaghetti. Just saying, dude. Just saying. the part that's fun, though, you know? Not really the building it. I mean, to me, the fun is... Hello? Seeing it finished. And working properly. I'm not sure. I think we have problems. I think what we need to do is move this one. And that'll be calcium. And what we can do is... Ooh, this is calcium. Maybe bring the calcium this way. Calcium's already piped into here, piped into here. All we have to do is do another splitter right here, branch it off, and actually that'll be our calcium line. Break you. Again, don't worry. If you're confused, so am I. There we go. Calcium's piped in. We don't need this one over here. So the next step is testing. We'll double check our work first. If it's all proper, it's a miracle, dude. All right, so let's start from the top. Okay, watch out for that. We just slid for no reason. So these are still connected, right? So that's gonna be coming from the copper, comes down here, right? Branches off, goes to this one, and to that one. Now for the titanium, that still comes from here, branches down, loops around, and goes to those. Titanium is set, and if we need the calcium, that can also come from down there, or helium. Run down this line, and then split off into these. So fabricator is 100% piped in for what we have. The calcium, the helium, titanium, and copper. Now for the furnaces, kind of the same concept. The copper, helium, and calcium all come from right here. Runs down, splits off, runs down, splits off. Comes to here, goes into there, and then this line goes into here. Right? Into there, into there. Splits off here. Goes to there, and goes to there as well. We actually didn't need this second line. Since the calcium and helium and the copper all run through the same one, we didn't need this extra set in here. It's all going to be coming on that same line, which is going to kind of crowd it up a little bit. We could remove it for simplicity. It's going to be very crowded in here if we have all that in one. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Titanium runs from over here down this line and splits off easily. So all we have is one extra set in here that we don't need. This backside here. We could leave it to have it set up, but we'll remove it for the moment because we'll only need those two lines. Let's put our floor back, and let's put our railings back. Alright. Do some testing. So, what do we need? And let's check over here too. We need to grab some of this helium to unlock the glass. Get that up and going. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. There we go.
Let's see.
Let's take all of them. And I should be sending more from down there. That's the only thing that sucks. And kind of why we have 3 of these. It has to come from all the way down there to start to fill these up again. Ah, dude. Let's see how much we're going to need. Might take a short break here until they all get funneled in. $400 left on the build materials. That's not too bad, man. Really? Alright, so, fabricator. We need some of the tubes and glass. Okay, not a big deal. For the glass, we need less than 1,000. Need about 800 more of those. Once we get the glass going, we can make the heat-resistant sheeting. Let's grab some of the calcium powder for this. We need 2,000 more on that. See, that's why we need so much of the helium, man. 2,500 for that. 2,000 for this. 2,000 for that. It's a lot of stuff. What is... Oh, I keep seeing that as something being done. So we need glass for that. And that's what we're currently unlocking. Let's work on that one thing for the moment. Okay, let's wait for more of this. I'll see you back in a few minutes. I'm going to empty my inventory. Get that unlocked. And that'll be a good test to see if everything's piped in properly. Somewhat. Because the glass requires what? Calcium and helium. Need to find something with titanium and helium, or titanium and calcium. That's Wolfram. What uses housings? So see, this will get even more complicated, because now we got a third one we need to set up for the furnace, because this one requires a glass, which requires a helium and calcium that also requires that stuff. So how we got the one set up over here, off to the side, we need another one of those right here to pull from that furnace and this stuff. I think the easiest thing to do would be set it up literally right here. It looks a mess. I know, I know. It might be hard with the rocks here. It's colliding. We might... do this here. I mean, it still works for the output, right? Pipe it into right there. Problem solved. And then for these... oh, we gotta do the outputs on this side, too. Oh, that's super simple. Just kind of connecting them into here on this side. So that's 2. This goes to there. We need to remove these so we can sink it down in. I think that should be fine. One more here. What we're connecting is this to that. Outputs to here. Output to here. Output up there. Not there. This back across to there. Then we got all that stuff there, including this, all running down this main line, connecting and going out. So there we go. So for this, when we go to run these, we need the Wolfram plate, titanium sheet, and glass. Glass will come from over here, run up, hit the main line, go in. The titanium will do the same thing. Run down this main line, hit here, and go in. For the wolfram plates, that's the tricky one. Because that'll come down to here, right down this sideline, and it stops right here. What we can do is branch this off. Wolfram will come down here. And then we need a small little connector to go down right here underneath. There we go. Anything copper will come down here, hit the main line, either go out to the launch pad or branch off here and go underneath to run in there. So that's kind of set, man. That was actually a lot more simple than I thought it was going to be. Now, is it going to work properly? No idea. Will we find out in a few minutes? Absolutely. Let me check these real quick, see if they're full. They're getting there. Why are we missing... Oh, they're just not showing up on here. It's filling up. That's very weird how they're not on the line. I'm not sure why. Again, early access. As long as they're filling up, we're fine now.
Oh, yes.
So one thing I was thinking about as well, we got the rupture about to happen. One thing we missed is having stuff from here being able to be piped in there for the final production. So let's remove this. We'll set up one more connector. That way this can get piped into this one. This here. And we need to set up another connector right here to branch off. So that's good. That's for the output. And that's for items for over here. So glass is unlocked currently. And that should get made over here. We'll wait till the rupture's done to make sure we can actually follow all this stuff and make sure it's working properly. But all this is running for the pipes. So we didn't really break anything with this. We need 200 more on the tubes. And there we go there. Let's turn this off. Turn this one off.
Gotcha.
And that'll be for ceramics, I think, unlocked. Oh, that's for the inductor. We need to make some ceramics, which is also made in the furnace. Okay, I'll see you back whenever the heat wave's gone. We won't wait for the full planet regeneration, I don't think. We'll see, we'll see.
Rupture's core is unstable.
I was going to wait for the full planet regeneration, but what we need now for our first job is going to be glass. So glass will get made. It's helium and calcium. That can get made over here in one of these. So let's do glass. See what happens. We should have calcium right there and helium right there. Again, could be a little bit of a backup here, but I think it'll be okay. At least for right now. So it'll all run down. Hit this. Split off. Split off. And then pipe in. If we had both running, it would kind of split between the two. So that's working. And we are making glass. Fantastic, man. Now for this, as slow as that's going, we'll probably just set up one of these. And that'll get that job going. So that is piping out, coming down, and running to the launch platform. This stuff here will have to get moved here pretty soon, probably way down there. Again, the goal is And maybe in the next video we'll do this. I want to set up, I don't know, we might wait till we get the upgraded storage. So that's only 4 slots. The next storage is 16. I want to have, before the storage, or before the cargo launch, I want to have storage silos with all the resources so that they're all full. So when we start a job, it'll just pull from those instead of waiting for them to craft. That is one option. Now, what else do we have going on for jobs? So glass is working properly. So we need 200 glass and 600 on the applicators, and that'll get, or on the tubes, and that'll get the applicators undone. We need ceramics. So what does ceramics require? Calcium, sheets, and powder. That's made in the furnace, right? It is. Let's see about getting some... Is there a job for that? Just ceramics? There's not. I was trying to find a simple one to do. But regardless, we need to make up some of these ceramics to unlock the inductors. So let's do ceramics over here. And that should pull the powder from here, and then the sheets from down there. This line is going to be very crowded, but again, it's not that big of a deal. I don't mind stuff running slow in the background while we're doing other things, right? At least at this point. And we'll work on different throughput later on when we have bigger room to expand. That is very, very clogged up. So we're pulling the sheets, plus the powder, plus the helium, all down one line. Once it gets kind of up and running, though, it'll slow down on how much it pulls, because these do craft kind of slow. The production rates... Where does it say that? We haven't really messed with this too much. 3 seconds for the glass, for 1. Ceramics are 2 seconds. Okay, so a little bit faster, but you get 2. So that's already at 40. We need how much? 200? $600. 200 on the glass here, and that'll unlock the heat-resistant sheet. We need that for quite a few of the jobs, right? Glass. We're working on that one. That one's glass or the silicone. Don't really have that up and running yet. So that's for the base core amplifier. That's the next storage. So, what do we need for the super magnet and the nozzle? That's not made here. That's made in the mega press, right? Nozzle and... What's the other thing? Super magnet. Can we make those now? I don't think so. We can. So we need to figure out about sulfuric acid. That's crafted in a refinery. Where's a refinery at? I haven't even seen one of those. A compounder? Okay. That's another item for production. Ah, refinery. So we need a mega press first. And that'll be the glass or silicone. Now we have the silicone unlocked, right? We need some more of these items. And that's made in the furnace as well. Some more of the ceramics. What we might do is just use a glass for that. Since glass is super simple at the moment, it's probably less that we get. But that'll unlock the habitat. Then we can work on a mega press. And then the refinery. And there's a sulfur extractor. So for the sulfur, is that what these areas are? Right? In here? I'm guessing? Possibly? I'm not too sure on that. Wrong button. Happens every time. Checking our stuff over here. So that's full. What we need is storage for... ceramics and stuff. Kind of just set it up over here on the side. We could branch it off of that and run it into some silos for right now. Right? Line silos down here, kind of like how we have this. The thing that sucks is we have to pipe it back into here. Let's try something. Before we go. If we do some of these. So let's say we've got railings in the way. I don't like how the railings block you from building right next to it. It's kind of weird, you know? Kind of a pain. I'm not sure if we even need the railings or if they're just for looks. I kind of like how they block off your platforms. But dude, they are super annoying. I have to keep picking up.
Rupture status stable.
Alright, so everything is done. So what we'll do, and it's not efficient and it's not permanent, it's just something for right now. Since we need so much to unlock things, we'll set this up like this. These are the launch platforms. And this is the rails that go down to the storage. So they'll all run down the same way. Not that big of a deal. Because right now the throughput is very low on the launch pads, right? Because things take a while to craft up. So they can also come down here to go to storage. Now what we can also do is take these. We'll set up some of these on the back side. Just like this. It can loop around. If whenever it calls for it, it'll just kind of loop back around, tie it into there, and it can go right back to the launch platforms. Again, not a permanent fixture here. It's something temporarily, so I can actually have things running in the background, and we're not waiting forever to have it craft on camera. Probably more than we need of these at the moment as well, but it's fine, man. It's fine. So ceramics are running into here currently. So that's working. And what we'll do is set the storages on a low priority. So that way it'll go to these first. And then to these if those are full. Take these. Connect them to here. And pipe this all the way in to this one. Need this first. There we go. It's not the prettiest, but look, dude, it is functionable. So that's the main thing. Again, stuff will come down like it is here. Go to storage. I can run things until these are full. We'll replace these with the bigger ones. Hopefully they're the same size, I'm guessing, for the V2s. And that'll be 16 slots. And then once all these are full, if we have a job that requires, say, the ceramics, we turn it on. Instead of crafting them over there, it'll just run out here, come down the line, kind of like how this is with the glass, and it'll loop around. And then go to the job area. So like right now, this is very full. So that's why we're storing some glass over here. I like it, dude. I like it. That's not too bad, man. All right. That's almost full. We need a couple stacks.
I can use this.
And that'll unlock some more items in here. It started off so simple, and now it's become so complicated. It's definitely not efficient, but again, that'll come in time. Let's just kind of get it up and running first. And we can build onto it later. So 300 more, and the inductors will be unlocked. And we needed that, as well as glass and the titanium housing to make these. For unlocking it, what do we need? Just glass and inductor. So glass is 100. Inductors are 100. Glass, we might have 100 in storage, right? 36. Let's pull these. And pull 3 more out of here. Yeah, see, the glass is already going around because it's empty to keep up. It's not too bad, dude. Not too bad at all, man. So there's a glass. Now we just need to make some of the inductors. There we go. There's the rest of the ceramics. What are you? Glass. Did I drop glass? It's expensive, man. Not sure why that was in there. Alright, that'll be for the inductors. Unlocked. Thank goodness. Alright, so 200 more on the glass and that'll be unlocked. Let's... What do we need for the inductors? Ceramics. Oh, and some tubes. Plus the wire. Okay. 3 resources going for that. So, this is already set up for tubes. I had it turned off. Craft you. Let's put some tubes over here in the side. We'll do tubes right here. Okay. And that can run constantly for that. This is the end goal too. Have certain things set up for each one of the resources. So it's constantly on and it keeps the storage full. So it's always on hand there. That's running for glass. That's running for ceramics. This one was set up for the inductors. Okay, there's ceramics going into here. There's the tubes going into here. All we're missing is the wolfram... Is it powder, I think? Or the wire that's coming through right here. And there we go. Inductors are being made. Oh, thank goodness, dude. So everything's working properly, man. Let's do inductors right here. And that'll kind of store them there for our future needs. Let's fix this too. It's going to bug me otherwise. It's not really needed, but we'll do that. Let's remove this and this one. I'll put these down. And I have to do it, man. I have to do it. It looks very nice. I'm not sure if when we get attacks, right? Once we upgrade our base core, which we need to look at today before we go. Oh, wait, it's right there. 358 of 1,000. So I'm not sure if these will keep the bugs down. And I don't know if the bugs will actually destroy our stuff. Don't tell me. We'll figure it out whenever the time comes. But we're working towards the turrets to get those things kind of set up. And then we need to work on mass ammo production, automated, right? For keeping the turrets filled. Now, I'm kind of curious. Again, don't tell me. We'll figure it out on camera. If we can pipe in drone lines to the turrets and stay constantly full. Kind of like how you have over on Factorio. I mean, you should be able to, you would think. So that's all fixed for the most part. Where we picked up those, right? It is. And we still got room over here for one more of these if we need it. Not very much space. There's a little bit of breathing room over here. I like it, man. I like it. Alright, we got our inductors. Put them into here. Nope, not there. Wrong place. Printer. There we go. So for this, one housing, one glass, and one of the inductors, plus some of the regular build parts. We have a few more. Should have grabbed them. We got some of the housings, I think, right here. Absolutely. Perfect time to save. Do we have any glass, though? A little bit, not too much. And then we've got some of the inductors. So I want to look, too, to see what the next tier of building parts are. Because, again, eventually we'll have to automate all the building parts. because it gets super expensive as you tier up. So that'll make 260. Missing the inductors. The quartz ones. Oh, quartz ore. So that can only be found in the underground areas. Now I got to move some of my base cores because they do block the respawn of those. We've got a little bit. Some in here. 160. That's it. That means a lot of farming in between when the ruptures happen. It's a lot of running around. I don't like that part of this game. I mean, so far everything's been pretty cool. And I understand some resources should be locked behind the rupture. Where is that? It's off to the side. But these are so far away, man. It takes forever to run to them when the rupture happens. The main place I go is over here because you have 3 of them. So we got time to run from base over to here. Hit this one, which is by the calcium. And then run over to these 3. And then that's all the time you have. So 5. Or we could do 4 if we were based over here. If we move the base. I'm really thinking about expanding the base to over here. Because everything's over here that we need. You got all 3 of these. Again, the calcium we can pipe in with the drones. But you got all these here for farming. You've got those there for our foods. And then if that is the sulfur, that'll be nearby as well. Need to do exploring. See what's up in here. Might do some off camera. And if we find one of the rubble buildings, we'll save that for on camera. How much do we need of the special ones for the... Oh, we got enough now. So we can play with those in the next video. We might do that to check it out and see how it is. And I'll work towards getting the storage unlocked in between videos. All the stuff that we have stuff for, I'll go ahead and do it and unlock it. That shouldn't be too bad, man. Ah, dude. Well, fantastic day today. The spaghetti line is growing. And definitely getting complicated, but so far everything is working. Eventually, if we move, we'll do a full rework of all this stuff and kind of get it set up. Like I said, 1 item for each one of the smelters, the furnace, the fabricators, all that stuff. And then I want to get the storage set up properly too. So that way we always got on hand if 1, we need to pull it out of there ourselves for use, or 2, whenever we start a job, it just pulls out of that thing directly. And everything's always set up for once on the machines to make. It'll make life a lot easier in the long run. A lot of stuff to set up, but it'll definitely make life a lot easier. However, we are going to go ahead and leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.